Seattle 24, New York 3. We will be joined here on field by one of the members of Seattle's victorious team, Devin Witherspoon. What a show he put on. Ryan Clark from the first quarter on raving about the top 5 pick out of Illinois. He'll be here to break down what went on tonight from that defensive side of the football. We welcome in Joe Buck, the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman. And Joe, we see the impact from defensive players often, typically guys that rush the passer. By the way, 11 sacks today, a Monday Night Football record. But this guy's a rookie, and it's just rare to see someone that's in the defensive backfield have this kind of fingerprint on the result. Can you remember a game quite like this from the rookie?
No, and I think it's worth pointing out again what Troy said during the game. This is with a position change because of injuries, because they've lost their nickel corner.
This was out of necessity because they were without Kobe Bryant, they were without Artie Burns, their 2 nickel guys, so now they had to put him in there. He was so effective. I'd be a little surprised if we don't see him in that position going forward when they go to their nickel packages, because having players that are that instinctive around the ball is rare, and those players you want around the ball, and we saw tonight why that is. That's
just what Ryan Clark was saying down here on the field. He's kind of, his eyebrows are raised. He's saying they can't move the guy back. I mean, 4 games in, and what do you do?
It's one thing if it's a Jamal Adams or a safety type player that's that physical. I don't recall. I can't think of a player that's as physical as he is, especially for a top 5 pick.
Right.
You know, when you're talking about a cover corner, I mean, he plays it like a linebacker. He's, you know, it's amazing.
We've only been doing this together for a relatively short period of time. Last year and 4 games this year. But I try to be reasonable. You know that about me. All right, what's reasonable to say about a New York Giants team who's played 4 games, 2 on this field, both complete unmitigated disasters?
Because this is a team that, because of the games they have ahead of them, it's on the fringe of totally unraveling. I mean, they could lose this season if they haven't already. And how he handles that and holds this team together is going to be the key. The other part of that, Scott, is the problem for the Giants has been the offensive line.
Right.
And it hasn't just been this year. They've been trying to overcome that offensive line for years, and they've invested in it in the draft.
What he said, I think, is so overlooked in this league. And that is, how do these head coaches react when everything's falling apart around them? He played for one of the best motivators in Jimmy Johnson. This is a guy in Brian Daboll who was coach of the year. He's going to have to coach harder now in some respects than at any point last year when he got his team to the playoffs and a road playoff win. They had a great year.
Right.
And they answered a lot of questions. Now all of a sudden all those questions are back, mainly because they can't protect, they can't block up front. It's almost like you can't evaluate what they're doing on offense because they don't have a chance to do anything on offense. So this is a lot of heavy lifting coming up for Brian Daboll and the coaching staff of this Giants team, because you know the media in this city is going to descend on the Giants after what we just witnessed here tonight.
And we're all interested to know sort of what was in that exchange. We can speculate, right? It appeared Waller was open, and the throw was picked off by Witherspoon, who will join us down here on the field, by the way. And Daboll with the tablet in that moment, I'll be interested to hear what he has to say, and he'll be talking in a bit. We'll talk to you gentlemen next week from Vegas. Look forward to that. Travel well, and thanks for being with us.